When I first joined seminary, my parents gave me a gift. They gifted me the ring that I wear on my index finger of my right hand, and it is in the shape of the crown of thorns. And the message was very clear, like if you're going to join seminary, if you're going to be a priest someday, it is going to be a life of suffering. You know, there is going to be a lot of suffering along the way, but also a lot of joy. And this ring has meant a lot to me. When I traveled through the Holy Land, I brought it with me everywhere I went, and I touched it to all the different religious places and what those places signify for us, including on Calvary itself, where Christ died on the cross. When I stuck my hand down in that hole where the cross would have been planted, this ring was on my hand that touched that sacred spot on earth. But probably my favorite was when we were in Paris, France, and we were visiting Notre Dame Cathedral. And on, I believe it's the first Friday of the month, they bring out the actual crown of thorns. We have this. It's a great relic of the faith. Saint King Louis IX brought it back with him from the Crusades, and they house it there at Notre Dame. And I remember going forward in the procession, because everyone comes forward and they touch items to that crown of thorns to make them sacred. And I was coming forward and I was patting my pockets and realized I didn't have a rosary on me, which I felt horrible as a seminarian and a deacon at the time, not having a rosary on me. But I had this ring. And so I brought it forward and I touched it to the actual crown of thorns that Jesus Christ wore on that horrible Good Friday when He was killed for our offenses. In this, then, is a reminder to me of what the crown of thorns really signifies. That for us, life oftentimes does have suffering to it. It does have things we have to sacrifice. But in that is also our glory. Because when we can offer up the sufferings of our life, just as Christ did, we sanctify those sacrifices. We make them holy. And we crown those merits. We are crowned in our sufferings. And every human being who follows that path gains the ultimate crown, which is that of heavenly realities. And so let us not shirk away from the crown of thorns, because it is a sign of our glory in God in heaven. Amen.